It's Bruce Rankin here. I am now 75 years old. It's now time for my retirement. The date has been set for the 20th of May, 2022. I want to thank everybody who supported the work of Westside Food Bank during the whole time I've been here, which goes all the way back into the late 1980s. And it's been an interesting time, a productive run for the food bank as we met needs in the community, even through several recessions and then, of course, COVID. I'm very, very pleased to have had the support that has helped make really these last 33 years the best part of my professional life. So going forward, I am very pleased, very delighted to let you know that Genevieve Riutort will be my successor for leadership at Westside Food Bank. Many of you know Genevieve. She's been working with the food bank in development and as the deputy director really for the last almost 2 decades, and is poised to put her new energy into carrying the food bank forward after May of this year.
My name is Genevieve Riutort, and I'm honored and humbled to have been chosen as Westside Food Bank's next leader. It's been a great pleasure to serve alongside Bruce Rankin, who's been an incredible leader for the Westside Food Bank for the past 33 years, and I'm really excited to be able to follow in his footsteps and bring Westside Food Bank into an even greater level of service to the community. I know that we have a lot of opportunities for innovation and taking advantage of some great technology, as well as making sure that we can make the Westside Food Bank as sustainable as possible. I want to make sure that Westside Food Bank is here to nourish the community for as long as there is a need. Under Bruce's leadership, Westside Food Bank has grown from a small, scrappy grassroots organization serving just a handful of agencies to now being really a pillar in the community, serving over 55 agencies, providing close to 5 million pounds of food a year. And Bruce has really played a giant role in making sure that the food assistance network, not just here on the West Side, but even throughout the state, has been as robust as possible. Bruce is one of the founders of the California Association of Food Banks, helping to coordinate efforts of food banks all across California, making sure that we can get, large donations distributed throughout the state, really making sure that food banks are working together to coordinate and to make sure that all of California is fed. Bruce has played a major role in some of the biggest food advocacy efforts over these last 3 decades. When I was struggling and needed food assistance, I remember that even though I had 3 small children, very little income, and was going through a difficult transition, I actually wasn't able to get CalFresh, or what's known as food stamps, because I owned a car. And because of the work that Bruce and others in the food bank advocacy have done, that's no longer a barrier. And it's really encouraging to know that people like me can get that kind of help when they need it. A lot of the kind of access to food assistance that we have now is due to the advocacy work of Bruce and others through the Westside Coalition and the California Association of Food Banks.
So here's my chance to introduce you to Genevieve Riutort, the successor as the leader of the food bank. And Jen and I have worked together for actually more than half of the time that I've been at the food bank.
It'll be 18 years.
You did so much to bring us into the 21st century from almost the start of the 21st century.
Well, thanks. And I think we had a lot of help from other folks on our staff as well.
No kidding.
And Bruce, I think it says a lot about your leadership that we have so many people on our staff who've been with us for many, many years, in some cases, multiple decades.
Right.
And we even have people on our board that have been with us since the start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have 3 founders who are still on our board, who really have been kind of the backbone in many ways of taking our traditions back, our institutional memory that's grounded us so much in our work as well.
Yeah, it's really exciting to work with an organization that has so many people that are committed to sticking around and are really coming to the work from such a passionate place. And that's a tone that you really helped to set. And it's really an honor to be able to come into something that you've established so well.
COVID began. You did so much to make it possible for us to have the kind of flexible work that had to be done during that time. and the kind of inflexible work that had to be done as well with getting food to agencies, and really the way you led the plan to make it efficient for us to make food available in a whole different way, the way you reached out to agencies that needed to do things differently, like having drive-through food distributions rather than walk-up at pantries.
It's very humbling coming from you. And, it'll be a challenge to follow in your footsteps, but I'm grateful for the tone that you've set and the way that you've established the food bank as an organization that can be trusted. Mm-hmm. And it's really going to be my mission to make sure that we continue that tradition.
Yeah. I think it's true that I've been capable of setting a good tone, but in terms of some of the nitty-gritty stuff that really needs to be done as an organization becomes bigger and more sophisticated, more technological, where the need has exploded so much, and different ways need to be thought of about how we can best serve the community. That really probably is, I think, is much more your sweet spot than my sweet spot. So because, as deputy director, you've been doing this stuff for quite a while. So I remember, on a rainy day in, I think it was March, 18 years ago at the Overland Cafe, when we started to talk about what might be possible. And you were a single mom with 3 kids. The kind of burden that this kind of job would put on you.
I wasn't even sure I wanted to take a full-time job at that time.
Exactly. And I'm so glad you did.
So am I.
It's been really wonderful working together with you, and something that's widened my horizons, made me look so much better for the staff, for the agencies, for the community. And I'm just really happy to be stepping away as you step in.
It's going to be a challenge filling Bruce's shoes. He's been such a beloved leader in the community for so many years. And, Bruce, a lot of people really associate the food bank with you. And I hope that the fact that we've worked together for so long will put some folks at ease, recognizing that while there will be some change, it's definitely my intention to build upon so many of the great things that you've established at the food bank. It's my joy. This is the kind of work I love, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity that you gave me, 18 years ago when you picked me to work at the Westside Food Bank. And it's been such a joy, and I'm really excited about, what's ahead for us.
As I close out my time at the food bank and pass the torch on to Genevieve, I just want to thank everybody for your support, the support that you'll be giving us in the future as the food bank even better serves our community to make a better nourished Westside.